Hi my friends, welcome back to my channel. So as you can tell by the title, this will be my November Random Generators Choose My TBR. So what might you be asking will be my reward if I complete the books that are selected for me by the random generators. So I decided on, for the month of November, my reward will be this is a bookmark kit that you do those designs by diamond painting. So I thought that'd be kind of fun to do, a different project. I've done diamond painting before and like it, but I've never done a bookmark. So I thought I would like to do that. So that is in my save for later cart. And so if I complete all of the prompts that the random generator chooses for my TBR for the month of November, that will be my reward. So I'm going to tweak just a few things. So instead of selecting between 3 to 15 books, I'm just going to do 1 to 10 books. We'll generate how many books I'm going to read. And then I'll just keep the 1 through 10 to select the books just like last time, or select the prompts for the random number generator. If one of the prompts that comes up is the random number generator again, which I would use to pick one of the books to count to that specific number, and then that would be the book. I will change it to 1 through 25 in that particular case because there are 25 books on that top shelf there. So let's go ahead and get started and see what will be selected for my November TBR. Okay, so 1 through 10, and let's generate and find out how many books I will be reading for the month of November. 9 books. Much more doable than 11 like last month. Okay, so let's figure out what will be the first prompt. So now we need to generate a new random number. Three. Okay, and 1, 2, 3. So random color generator. And there we go. Okay, let's generate. So a book that has yellow. It's kind of a yellow-green. It comes up more yellow on the camera, but it is more yellow-green, but I'll go with yellow. So a book that has yellow on the cover. So for this prompt, I'm going to go ahead and go with The Fellowship of the Ring by J.R.R. Tolkien. I have yet to read this. I have seen the movies, and I did enjoy the movies, but I have not read the books. So blasphemy, I will let you decide, but I'm going to go ahead and try and get started on this. So we will see how this one goes. So this is the first one. It says it's part 1 of The Lord of the Rings. So for Lord of the Rings, it says, in ancient times, the rings of power were crafted by the elven smiths, and Sauron, the Dark Lord, forged the One Ring, filling it with his own power so that he could rule all others. But the One Ring was taken from him, and though he sought it throughout Middle-earth, it remained lost to him. After many ages, it fell into the hands of Bilbo Baggins, as told in The Hobbit. Maybe I should be reading The Hobbit first. Well, I'll just go with this one because I think The Hobbit is actually like a prequel type of a thing. So anyway, and it continues on. In a sleepy village in the Shire, young Frodo Baggins finds himself faced with an immense task as his elderly cousin Bilbo entrusts the ring to his care. Frodo must leave his home and make a perilous journey across Middle-earth to the Cracks of Doom, where there to destroy the ring and foil the Dark Lord in his evil purpose. So there you go. The Fellowship of the Ring by J.R.R. Tolkien. Okay, so let's go ahead and find out what the next number will be. 7. Okay, so we ended up on the random color. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that one is random picture generator. It's just trying to generate pictures by itself. So let's go ahead and generate. So, oh, a pocket watch in sand. So something that might have to do with time. So for this one, because the image was a pocket watch, well, that has to deal with time, and time is forever. So I'm going with The Truth About Forever by Sarah Dessen. I really don't know anything about this one, so let's find out together. It just has a small blurb on the back. It says, Macy has her whole summer planned out, working at the library, studying, and spending time with her mother, sharing silent grief at the traumatic loss of Macy's father. Her plans didn't include landing a job at Wish Catering with its fun-loving, chaotic crew, or helping to renovate the family's cottage at the beach, left in disrepair since the death of her father. Or Wes, a boy with a past, a taste for truth-telling, and amazing artistic talent. But Macy soon discovers that the things you expect least are sometimes the things you need the most. So, coming of age, this is a YA contemporary, so definitely a coming of age, dealing with loss and working through grief type of a thing. So just be aware of that. That will definitely be a trigger going into that. I'll try and let you know if I come up with any other big triggers in this as I read it. Okay, so let's figure the next one. Go to random generator. Okay, generate the next. Come on, focus. Woohoo! There we go. Okay. 8. All right, so that's where we were. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, random number generator again. So I'm going to change the max number from 10 to 25. Now I've already pulled some books from off of my main priority TBR shelf. So I'm still going to do the max number as 25, and then of course when I get to the end, if the number is 25 that it generates, then I'll just wrap around to the front to the first book on the shelf again. So let's go ahead and figure so I've changed the max number to 25. So let's figure what the number is that I have to go to on the shelf. 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So for this prompt, the 14th book on my shelf was The Chill by Scott Carson. This gives me major Jaws vibes because it's in a huge body of water, and then you have that person there trying to get to the surface. So let's find out what this is about together. Far upstate in New York's ancient forest, a drowned village lies beneath the dark, still waters of Chilliwackee Reservoir. Early in the 20th century, the town was destroyed for the greater good, bringing water to the millions living downstate. Or at least that's what the politicians insisted at the time. The local families settled there since before the America's founding, were forced from their land, and they didn't move far, and some didn't move at all. Now, a century later, the repercussions of human arrogance are finally making themselves known. An inspector assigned to oversee the dam, dangerously neglected for decades, witnesses something inexplicable. It turns out that more than the village was left behind in the waters of the Chill when it was abandoned. The townspeople didn't evacuate without a fight. They left a dark prophecy, and the time has come for it to be fulfilled. Those who remember must ask themselves, who will be next? For amends must be made. And as the dark waters begin to inexorably rise, the demand for a fresh sacrifice emerges from the deep. Okay, so now let's figure out what prompt number we're on for. Prompt number 4 will be, so I'm going to change the max number from 25 back down to 10. Okay, and let's figure out what the next prompt will be. Number 2. All right, so there we are down here. So 1, 2, This is random word generator. Okay, let's figure that out. National. Okay, let's figure out a book. So this one's going to probably be a little bit of a stretch. The first thing that came to my mind is with national, obviously it's widespread. What's one thing that is widespread or gets national attention, and that is one of the hot topics is education. You have national testing. The education that you receive is supposed to be able to, as you move, it's supposed to be like, even though, let's say you live in Florida, your education shouldn't be limited to just Florida. It should be national so that you can move and apply your education wherever you go, type of a thing. So you have the national testing with schooling. So I'm going to go with A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. This is the first book by Naomi Novik that I will ever read. So this follows, I don't know the name of the main character. She's just mentioning in this flap that she does not evidently like this person named Orion Lake. So it appears to be a magic school. She wants to be queen of the world, and that includes leveling mountains, killing monsters. There's cursed artifacts. It says most other students in here would be delighted if Orion killed me, like one more evil thing that's crawled out of the drains. Sometimes I think they want me to turn into the evil witch they assume I am. The school certainly does. So magic, evil, cursed artifacts, but education, there's a lot of national testing and stuff, at least in the world today. So I know it's a little bit of a stretch, but I'm going to make that work. And so A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. Okay, let's figure out prompt number 5. New number 7. Okay, so we were on, where was it? Random, oh, here we go. Random word generator. So 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Random color generator. Okay, so a very pretty blue. So the book I have selected is How the Penguins Saved Veronica by Hazel Pryor. So let's find out what this is about together. It says, 85-year-old Veronica McCready is estranged from her family and wants to find a worthwhile cause to leave her fortune to. When she sees a documentary about penguins being studied in Antarctica, she tells the scientists she's coming to visit and won't take no for an answer. Shortly after arriving, she convinces the reluctant team to rescue an orphaned baby penguin. He becomes part of life at the base, and Veronica's closed heart starts to open. Her grandson, Patrick, follows Veronica to Antarctica to make one last attempt to get to know his grandmother. Together, Veronica, Patrick, and even the scientists learn what family, love, and connection are all about. So, contemporary, adult, very sweet story is what this sounds like. This sounds really good. New number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, another. We're back to random color. Purple. So the book that stood out for this prompt is The Goose Girl by Shannon and Hale. This is the first in a series. I do have the whole series. There are, I believe, 4 books in the series. So this is the first one. So let's see. I don't remember what this is about. It's been a long time since I've read the synopsis, so let's read the synopsis for this. It says, fun names that I do not know how to pronounce. Let's see. Anadori Kiladra, Taliana Isili, Crown Princess of Kildinary, spends the first year of her life listening to her aunt's stories and learning the language of birds, especially swans. As she grows up, Annie develops the skill of animal speech, but she never feels quite comfortable speaking with people. So when Annie's mother sends her away to be married in a foreign land, she finds herself at the mercy of her silver-tongued lady-in-waiting, who, yep, did I read that right? Yes. So when Annie's mother sends her away to be married in a foreign land, she finds herself at the mercy of her silver-tongued lady-in-waiting, who leads a mutiny that leaves her alone, destitute, and fleeing for her life. Ooh. To survive, Annie takes on work as a royal goose girl, hiding in plain sight while she develops her forbidden talents and works to discover her own true, powerful voice. Oh my gosh. Okay. That sounds amazing. I do know this is a YA, but other than that, so fantasy, I am excited. So can't wait. Number 7 prompt. Do number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Random word generator. Photography. Okay, so the prompt for photography, I don't have anything that I can find specifically that deals with photography, but I'm going with this one. Falling for You by Becky Wade. This is a Bradford Sisters romance. This is a second in a trilogy. I think you can probably read it a little bit alone. There's probably going to be characters from the first book that pop up into this. But from what I can gather, it follows a completely different character. So this one follows Willow, and she is a model. So I am connecting photography with that because you need photographers to take pictures of models. So there's a connection with the word. So it says she is reveling in the peace and quiet of her hometown up until the moment she comes face to face with her ex-boyfriend. So we're going to be dealing with conflict of that. But this is a Christian romance. So I anticipate a lot of maybe flirting and going from previous lovers to enemies to maybe lovers again, seeing as this is mainly a romance. So we'll kind of see how that goes, kind of figuring out who you are. That's what the first one was. She kind of figured out who she was, kind of followed a different character for the first one. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was a very sweet story, and so I look forward to the follow-up with a different character. Okay, we are on the final 2. So let's get a new number. 1. And okay, so we were right here on random word. So now we're on random color again. I like the random color one. What is that, white? It is a very kind of sea foamy, very pale blue. So for this one, I am going with All We Ever Wanted by Janelle Brown. So this color, like right in this corner, matches what was on the phone perfectly. So I love that. Looks so good. Although I'd be on a sugar high on that. But that looks very good. Okay, so let's see exactly what this is about together. On the day Paul Miller's pharmaceutical company goes public, he informs his wife, Janice, that their marriage is over and that the new fortune is his alone. Meanwhile, in Los Angeles, the Millers' older daughter, Margaret, has been dumped by her actor boyfriend and is failing at her job. Kind of spectacularly. Sliding towards bankruptcy, Margaret bails and heads for home, where her confused and lonesome teenage sister, Lizzie, is struggling with problems of her own. She's become the school slut. From behind the walls of their Gregorian colonial bunker, the Miller women wage battle with divorce lawyers, debt collectors, drug-dealing pool boys, evangelical neighbors, and country club ladies. Holy cow. And in the process, all illusions and artifice fall away, forcing them to reckon with something far scarier and more consequential, their true selves. Holy crap. That sounds really good. So we'll see what I think of that. Okay, time to figure out the last prompt for November. Okay, random number 9. Okay, so there we are. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. All right, so random number on the shelf. So we're going to change the max number to 25 and 1. Okay, that's easy. Warbringer, Wonder Woman, Warbringer by Leigh Bardugo. So all I know, it's the first in a series. It's the DC Icon Marvel series. It's being written by several authors. Leigh Bardugo obviously wrote the first one. Sarah J. Maas wrote another one. Matt de la Pena. And then Marie Lu. Those are the ones that are out so far. I don't know who's going to write the next one, but so this is the first one in the series, and it follows, obviously, Wonder Woman. Daughter of Immortals, Daughter of Death, and let's see. Princess Diana longs to prove herself to her legendary warrior sisters, but when the opportunity finally comes, she throws away her chance at glory and breaks Amazon law, risking exile to save a mortal. Ooh. Diana will soon learn that she has rescued no ordinary girl, and that with this single brave act, she may have doomed the world. Ooh. Daughter of Death. Let's see. Aaliyah Corrales just wants a chance to escape her overprotective brother with a semester at sea. She doesn't know she is being hunted by people who think her very existence could spark a world war. When a bomb detonates aboard her ship, Aaliyah is rescued by a mysterious girl of extraordinary strength and forced to confront a horrible truth. Aaliyah is a Warbringer, a direct descendant of the infamous Helen of Troy, fated to bring about an age of bloodshed and misery. Together, two girls will face an army of enemies, mortal and divine, determined to either destroy or possess the Warbringer. Tested beyond the bounds of their abilities, Diana and Aaliyah must find a way to unleash hidden strengths and forge an unlikely alliance, because if they are to have any hope of saving both their worlds, they will have to stand side by side against the tide of war. Okay, so fighting, very war heavy is what it sounds like. There's the cover of the book of what it looks like. Naked. So, okay. I do like Leigh Bardugo's writing, so I am looking forward to see her take on the life of Wonder Woman. So these are the 11 books that I will need to read in November to get the reward of the paint by number bookmarks. These are not thin books. These are definitely on the larger and longer side. So we shall see. And until next time, please stay true to yourself and enjoy a good book. And I will talk to you later.